What's poppin', everybody? We back with another episode of All Sports All the Time. I got my dog in the building with me right now. KT, introduce yourself. Let them know who you are, what it is.
What's up, y'all? My name is Korteece Baker. I go by KT for short. Yeah, man, let's do this, bro.
Man, what's up, KT? How you feeling right now?
Feeling pretty good, man.
Summertime, huh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, man. So as you know, man, we are that podcast, that TV show where we talk to the student athletes, previous student athletes, but our market is the current student athletes right now. So I want you to kind of tell them right now, like, why are we talking to you? You know what I'm saying? Like, what school you went to, or like, let's get a little bit about your background as a student athlete.
All right, so I went to P. Knight High School out in Palmdale.
Shout out Palmdale.
Yeah, shout out Palmdale. Palmdale kind of changed my life for real. So yeah, originally from Compton.
Okay.
Went to high school out there. From there, I went to a school called Graceland University, which is out in Lamona, Iowa. We're going to get into that.
Lamona, Iowa.
Lamona, Iowa.
That's the first time you heard of that, huh?
Then from there, I ended up transferring into Florida A&M University
FAMU,
as well.
Rattlers,
So, yeah,
okay.
It's Rattlers all day.
Okay. So you was at P. Knight, Graceland, and then FAMU. So let's walk on through that. So at P. Knight, what you was doing? You was an athlete, right? Of course, because that's what the show is.
Right.
What sports did you play?
So I did football and I did track and field. I wasn't a runner though. It was all shot put.
You was the field part.
I was the field. Definitely the field.
Okay. Football, as you can obviously see, I mean, you big, bro.
Yeah.
Like, so it's either football or you a center.
No,
you can ball.
I was. I can, but it wasn't like we was a basketball school. Like Paul George went to our school, so.
So if you can't ball, it's like don't step on the court.
Yeah, it was dudes that was 6'7" and all that in the 10th grade. Like Paul George went there. Christian Wood, who the Lakers trying to currently pick up right now, he went there. It was just like that was a basketball school.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, you have to really be that guy.
You would have messed it up.
I tried out. I just didn't make it. I tried out every year. Just didn't work.
Okay. So we on the football field with it. Then.
Yeah.
Okay. What position you play? DN.
I started off defensive end.
Okay.
And then I ended up moving to D tackle. But my freshman year, they had me at right tackle and tight end. And that's freshman year. They kind of just throw you where they feel like you fit a little bit.
Right.
But as I got older, and then as the coach was just like, oh, okay, yeah, you really could do something. It was defensive end, and then like that D tackle is where home was for me.
Okay. So D tackle out here at P. Knight. What was your let's tell us a little bit about being a student athlete in your high school years. What that looked like for you?
So for me, freshman year was like. Freshman year, like regular, like it is what it was, had some cool coaches and stuff, but like sophomore year on up, because the way we did it, I know schools now are kind of different, but it was like freshman, we only practice together. But then when you're a sophomore up, so JV all the way to varsity, they all practice as one.
Right.
So like sophomore year, practicing with some of the varsity dudes or the dudes where I was just like, dang, that dude big, like this dude grown, he got a whole beard, like. At this time, my sophomore year, I'm probably like 6 foot, maybe 230, something like that. And these other dudes,
230, sheesh.
But these other dudes was big, like yoked up. I'm like, what the heck? So I'm just like, oh, we got to hit against these varsity dudes. But like, eventually it got to a point where I was just like, all right, y'all ain't all that. Like, y'all regular, just like me. And ultimately, that's what made me better though. Like, in getting into my junior year, really, our starting quarterback, he was just like, bro, why you playing DN? I was just like, shit, I don't know. Like, what you need? Like, that's where they got me at. I'm kind of quick on that edge. I was actually trying to play linebacker, too.
Oh, wow.
But my coach just told, he was just like, you too slow. Like, let's be real.
Dang, coach.
He like, you smart about it, but you too slow. And I'm like,
keep it real, coach.
Yeah, like, appreciate you. So I went to DN because I was just like, yeah, we can kind of stand up in DN right there. And then our QB was just like, bro, like, all the action is at D tackle. And I'm like, nah, bro, I like being a DN. He's just like, but look, it was Scout D right there. He's like, look what's going on. And I'm looking, like some of the homies in there on Scout D, and I'm just like, dang, the ball is coming straight to him. He like, bro, you big. Like, we could use you right there, too. And I'm like,
bro, you big.
Damn. I went and go grab the little red little jersey thing for Scout defense. I was like, let me get up in there. Hey, get out. I was in there. I was like, oh, I like this. Everything coming to me.
Okay.
Everything coming my way. So, like, from there, that's when it really stuck. And I was just like, okay, I like D tackle. Plus, our 2 defensive ends that we had at the time, they was like crazy. Like, they had been double dressing since they was like freshmen. So, they was solidified by the time our senior year. I wasn't going to start over them. So, it was just like, I'm about to be next to y'all.
Mm-hmm. I like that. I like hearing people's story about how they found their position. Because my freshman year, I came in, I thought I was going to play quarterback. Yeah, bro. Because when I played in Pop Warner, I played quarterback.
Right.
In Pop Warner, but I played quarterback in Pop Warner, but I was a running quarterback. I barely threw the ball, bro. Like, so when I got to freshman year, high school, I'm thinking I'm finna be that guy on campus. I'm finna play quarterback. But then when I finally started throwing the ball, bro, it was like, oh man, this is
he's not a quarterback.
He's not a quarterback. And it was either a bad pass on me or they wouldn't catch it. Yeah. And then the homie Danny, he played quarterback, and then he threw me the ball and I caught it. And I, as we all know, I'm fast, so it was like I'm getting there quick. I'm running these routes and I'm catching it. Oh, nah, I'm gonna play receiver. Get it where I fit it. That's what's up. So you here? We playing D tackle. So talk to me about like, it's because we got young student athletes watching this. So talk to us about what it's like to get focused up. Let's just go senior year. You know what I'm saying? You focused up. Let's talk about the recruitment process because you about to get up out of there. What was it like playing that senior year? What was your mindset? How'd you get ready? How'd you stay focused? Like, what was up with that?
So, I think the main thing that hit me when it comes to like being focused and just understanding, I'm still a big USC fan. USC and Oregon, I feel like all the California kids, that's like our dream schools to an extent. But so it was just like, I was just like, I'm trying to get to Oregon. Okay. And I'm trying to get to SC. Like I gotta do this. I'm watching Saturday football, trying to figure out what these D tackles doing. Oh, Oregon, they just fast. I gotta get my 40 down. I'm just on it like this, and I'm just kind of like really studying the game. And I ain't gonna lie, like my freshman year, I never went to practice like that. Oh, I ain't gonna lie. I was one of those. Sophomore year, I was in and out. Still one of those, but my coaches just played me just because I'm big, and I was decent.
The eye test.
Yeah. So like junior year was when I got serious, and then going into like late junior year, it kind of clicked, and I was just like, okay, I know what I need to do my senior year. So I kind of got like an early jump start of like what I needed to do, and it was more so like making sure I'm coming to practice. Really, when my coach is telling me to like make sure you get low, make sure you do this, instead of like always hearing it, me being tall, my senior year, I probably was about like 6'3" at that time. Sheesh. So I'm just like, what you mean? Like I feel like I'm low, but then when we go and watch film, bro, I'm standing right up.
Standing straight.
I'm standing right up. And I remember one time I was at like 6-period weightlifting. I'm like, Coach, you always telling me to like get low. Like what do you mean by that? And he was just literally like, try to keep your head below the guard's shoulder pads. Okay. He was like, make that a point for you. Put an emphasis on keeping your head below their shoulder pads. He was like, with you being that low, and he said, no one's going to be taller than you. So he's just like, that's when I'll know that you're low. And he was like, shoot your gap hard. He was like, don't toy around with the man. You want to get past him. And it was one of those things where I just like, one day it was because I was on the starting defense, but even on scout D, I was going in just to get the extra reps. I was just like,
smart man.
I need to focus on what coach just told me. Like, all right, for these first few plays, I'm finna just like literally look. Where's my head? Where's his shoulder pads? And I would kind of get in there, not even really try to like make the tackle. I would just get in there and just kind of like keep him off me, keep the guard off me a little bit, but just kind of visualizing like, okay, where am I?
Where I'm at.
So I would kind of just take that into perspective, and then I start putting it together more and more, and I was just like, okay, I'm on to something.
Them little techniques things.
Yeah,
that's what's up.
That was like for me the first time of me like at that point I was kind of really figuring out, and it made me mad because I'm like, dang, well I got to figure out my senior year. But it's okay though. Like it's okay. I wish I would just ask that question earlier, but so it was just like I knew I had to just like it was grind time. I didn't know what school I was going to go to. Like I said, it was just SC and Oregon was the only schools that was on my mind. Nobody else reached out to me.
You ain't get no letters?
No letters. No letters.
Not even like the generic ones that we all get when we do the clearinghouse and stuff?
So I got an interest letter from Colorado, but they weren't serious. They just was like, oh, yeah, we've been looking at you for a little bit, but it was like no offer. It was nothing after that. It was just like, we've been looking at you.
Okay.
And I got one, and my homeboy that played D-tackle next to me, he was probably about like 6'5", 3-something. They was on him. Like tough. So it was just like, okay, I probably got one just because I was next to him. Like I wasn't one of those kids who just was like I was a big dude or whatever, but I wasn't like just on everybody's radar. Like it's with football, let's be honest, like it's hard. It's hard to get out there.
Tell me about it.
So like I wasn't just on everybody's radar. I feel like the stuff that I did get, it came off of me just like really piggybacking off of others. Because when I did get my first official offer to Arizona State, that was at the end of the season, but we played Palmdale High School, who was our rivals. It was on their homecoming. Their running back had already committed, signed to them, all that type of stuff. I just so happened to have a decent game, and I got an offer after that. So they probably was just at his game, you know, looking at their recruit. It's their homecoming. Oh, yeah, they probably was just like, oh, yeah, he finna get off. Let's just go see what it, you know. And I just had a decent game.
He was stopping him?
He wouldn't. I ain't gonna lie. He wouldn't run in the middle because we had one of the best defensive lines in Golden League. He wouldn't run through the middle. Our defensive ends were quick, so they would kind of contain him. But this dude running back, legs was huge. Like he was like that from his freshman year.
Like that.
He was like that.
Okay.
His name Demario Richardson. Shout out, bro. Like he was like that from his freshman year, and he like. You know, the competitive nature is like, we're going to talk mess. You're going to do this. You're going to do that. And it was just like, I ain't like him just because he was good. And I was just like, you on the other side. But, like, he was a great player, though. Like, for real. Type. So, like, but I think Palmdale High School, their strategy was like, we know we can't really run through the middle like that. So, we're going to get everything to the outside. The only time they did run through the middle was, like, on some goal line stuff. And it was quick. Like
1-2 yards. Something like that. Okay. So, senior year. You having a good year. You figured it out. Got your skill packages together. But still, like, that recruiting thing, that's what's interesting here. Right. So talk to us about how you ended up at the first school. What was the first school you said? Graceland. How'd you end up at Graceland?
So I would say, like, okay, when it came down to school, the school aspect, I wasn't the best student.
Okay.
So like freshman year,
way to be honest,
it was all I was always told. Freshman year don't matter. I don't care what you do your freshman year.
That's a lie.
That's a big lie. A big one.
It matters.
And for the most part, all my classes I was pretty straight in, except for math and maybe like earth science or something like that. You know, like I ain't even mentioned this. I got cut from the freshman football team because I couldn't hold a 2.0 GPA. So like that just goes to shows what I was on my freshman year.
They had you on that academic probation?
Nah, they just said you are off the team.
Oh, they didn't even give you the probation?
Yeah, nah.
I had probation. Shout out to Cabrillo for giving the academic probation.
It was bad, bro. I was under a 2.0.
My God.
So that was the first eye opener of like, all right, bro, you tweaking. So like
freshman year.
Yeah, this was freshman year.
So if y'all watching this, you see that freshman year, get your grades together because you could get cut.
And that was embarrassing. And it was just like, my mom was mad. Uncle's like, bro, what you doing? Like, we done sent you money for cleats, all this other type of stuff. You getting cut. So now I'm disappointing people. So from there on out, like I was straight. But just, I was pretty much just always at like maybe like a 2.3, 2.4 cumulative GPA. Nothing too crazy. And my senior year was when I really like got focused. Like I finished my senior year off with like a 3.8.
Okay.
Like I was right there, and that helped me get to like a 2.6 cumulative GPA.
Right.
But my SAT scores is really what like threw everything off.
You didn't have a program like NCRF that could help you with your SAT?
Nah, we didn't have no program like NCRF that could help us with that. It was paying $50 for that big old PSAT book.
$50.
And you got to study that thing from front to back.
No, sir.
And I ain't gonna lie, I wasn't studying.
You paid the $50?
Yeah, I paid the $50 though. But the first time I took it was after our homecoming game.
Mm-hmm.
We had to wake up 6 a.m. We had to go to like the school called Little Rock High School.
I know where that's at.
And I'm just like, I'm not here. Like I'm tired, bro. What? Like, what are we doing? Why did I schedule this? Like,
because they told you to.
Yeah,
that's why.
I'm not here. Like,
yeah.
So
they need to set it up. I'm not to cut you
ahead.
off, but they need to set it up because I did the same thing.
Mm.
My SAT test was the next day after my homecoming. We got blown out. Like we was getting blown out by every team. I played at Cabrillo, but man, I scored 2 touchdowns though.
I got a pick.
I scored 2.
You got a pick at D tackle.
What? That's crazy. But the next day, like my legs is mad sore.
Yeah.
Like I'm sitting here trying to take this test, and I'm like, dude, I ain't even focused right now. Like I need to take an ice bath or get a massage or something. Y'all want me to take this test?
That's the last thing you worried about.
I think that they should set it up to where for athletes, you know, we could take it out of season or something, or I don't know. They probably do have other options for out of season, but ain't nobody telling us.
Yeah,
you know, because nobody told me. If somebody would have told me I could have waited, I for sure would have waited. Probably would have did. Probably would have did better.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I took mine and I got them results back and I scored a 900. So like it's crazy because now they say a 900 is like a good score to have. Then it was terrible.
Don't you get like 500 or something for just putting your name right?
You do get like three
I don't know
something
what the
like
number
that.
is. So
you
do. Don't y'all come back and try to get over my head. Somebody tell me in the comments then, since I know y'all gonna be smart about that.
It is a good amount of points for putting your name. But for me, it was the math section though. Like I scored like a 450, 480, something like that on the English part, which was like decent. But that math was like,
man. Hey man, that math it'll get you.
Yeah. So SATs was like, all right, we took those. As the season's going through, I started basically like I finished off football season, and Arizona State is just like, all right, you can't get into our school. Like, yes, we want you as a player, but you can't get in. And I'm applying.
Wait, because you said something right there. Mm-hmm. That a lot of people, I think, they really need to hear. So you gotta, I don't know, you might have to say that a little louder. We want you as a player, but what? Run that sentence back.
We want you as a player, but you can't get into our school.
So that means like they seen that you was athletically able, but academically,
no, it was not there.
They was like, you can't even get admitted to the school.
Yep.
Man, that's a bone right there. The gym bone nugget, whatever word they want to call it, but that's something right there.
And then they had like, I forgot the actual term for it, but it's like prop something. Like it's some type of prop where like if your SAT scores aren't good and you can't pass it, they can use that for you as well, which will eventually basically just put you on academic probation or something like that. But they was just like, since I wasn't, like I said, highly recruited on their radar, it was like, why would we use that for you? And it was just like, do a year at junior college and we'll recruit or we'll swing back to you. In my head, no, you're not.
Right.
Like, bro, just tell me like it's over with. Like, let me down hard, bro. Don't even try to play with my emotions.
It's not USB type.
Yeah, exactly. Like, no, you're not, bro. No, you're not.
We're going to spin the block for you.
So, like, once that didn't fall through, I started doing track. Well, I had been doing track already, shot put, but I started taking that more serious. Our head coach, he was like really tapped in with Fisk University.
Okay.
So like when I was a junior, some of the seniors had already went off to Fisk doing track, and he was basically just like funneling us there. A lot of the seniors from my class ended up going to Fisk University as well. So I'm just like, all right, like we finna do this. Oh, they need throwers? Bet. I'm there. That's my second best sport. I like it. I love it enough to do it in college. I'm going to try to use that to get my school paid for. Couldn't get in.
At Fisk. Academically?
Academically.
Again. Oh.
And guess where this was at?
Where?
At the Black College Expo.
At the Black College Expo.
Because, like, the recruiter came to our school, and I had applied. Like, well, he was like, apply. But then he was like, wait, do it at the expo in front of the deans and stuff like that. And I'm like, like, all right, for sure. Like, I'm going to do it there. But it was like, I filled out my application. I did all that stuff. But that 900 SAT score hurt me. And he was like, retake it. And, I ended up retaking it some months later. Like, the last time you could take it, which was in, like, March or something like that. And I scored, like, 11. But then the admission was full at that time.
Yikes.
So it was just, bro, when I tell you God was just working, they say God works in mysterious ways. It just wasn't meant for me at that very,
He was
at that
closing
time.
all them other doors because that ain't the one for you.
That wasn't the one.
So like, right now, that's Arizona out, Fisk out.
And those are the only schools that I knew about. I just kept telling myself, like, the whole summer, like, I'm not going to a junior college. It was just one of those things where I just was like, I want to be able to experience that real college experience, And I was just like, I don't want to be in a junior college only because I'm going to be real. Like, I didn't trust myself to be able to stay focused, to be home and then go to a junior college and just have all that leeway of knowing, like, all right, I'm at home. I'm not going to really take this serious.
That's some honesty for you.
And I didn't want to be around all the homies and everybody from school that either, that probably going to that junior college and just stuck in that same cycle. I didn't want to be in that.
I feel that.
So
like 13th grade, huh?
Yeah. So I was just like, I just kept telling myself, like, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. And my coach, my track coach, he hit me up like that summer, was just like, hey, you still trying to play football? I'm like, why not? If it's going to play for my school. And one of my other homeboys, two of them actually, they ended up they had already committed to Graceland. So like,
oh, this is where we get the Graceland.
Yeah,
okay.
I had to kind of, they was the last resort. I ain't gonna
sorry,
lie.
Graceland.
Nah, I ain't no sorry. So like, they was already committed, and they was playing football and stuff like that, and it was NAIA, so it was one of those like, you gonna play football, you gonna do track, all right, boom, scholarship. Like, it was easy.
Right, you gonna help us out? We
Yeah,
gonna help you out.
So like, I applied. My coach was like, you could go to Graceland. Like, they might accept you. He hooked me up with the little counselor dude. He sent me the application. I applied, sent everything through. Like 2 days later, he called me. Like, I'm on my dad's couch. Like, what's up? How you doing? Like, yeah, this is Korteece. I'm like, yeah. He's like, yeah, I just wanted to call you, tell you, you've been accepted into Graceland. I'm just like, all right, like, I'm happy. Like, start doing my research on what the school, look like. I didn't do none of that before. Make sure y'all do your research. I do my research. I'm like, okay, like, this cool. Like, it's a university. It's in Iowa. All right, man. We go out there.
In Iowa?
In Iowa.
Bro, honestly, like, before you continue, I just gotta know. You ever heard of Iowa before this? Like, really, like.
No.
Did you ever been anywhere near Iowa before this?
The closest, like, when it comes to, like, hearing about Iowa and stuff was, like, Nebraska. Because my senior year of high school for football, I forgot to mention that, but I was sending out letters to all these different coaches in these schools. And I was like, Nebraska, they fire. Oregon played them. They was pretty good. I'll go there.
This guy.
I was like, I would go there.
So, so when you did research, that was like, okay, Iowa.
And then I was like, okay. I was thinking like, all right, Iowa State, they low key good. Iowa, I always hear about them. I don't really watch them, but I hear about them. I think they good. Lamoni, where's this? Oh, this is at the bottom.
The bottom.
The bottom.
Oh, snap.
The capital up here. This is at the bottom. So yeah, bro, we get off that plane. The plane landed in their capital called Des Moines.
Des Moines.
We get off that plane and me and the homies.
This is some geography class for y'all.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't heard of this stuff.
We get off the plane, man. The football team had like little shuttles waiting for us, picking us up and stuff. And like me and the homies, we just looking out the window.
What's it cold?
Nah, it wasn't cold at the time.
Oh,
this was in August.
Oh, okay.
So nah, it wasn't cold. And literally like my other homeboy, he's a character. He's in the back, Beats headphones, turned up, just ready to have the time of his life. And me and my other homeboy just looking around. We look at each other, man. I'm low-key like sad. I'm like, damn, I just left my mom's. I see nothing but just grass, cornfields. I'm like, we look at it. I'm just like, bro, what did we just do, bro? Like, what is this? And he just like, gotta ride it out, bro. There was nothing we could do. Like,
That's an interesting process to basically just hop out and go to somewhere you never even heard about. So once again, y'all do research on these schools before you just skip out.
Please do.
But okay. So we here. What you say is that Lamoni? Lamoni, Iowa.
Mm-hmm.
At Graceland University.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
Graceland
Graceland
University.
University. Okay. So what you studying? What's going on? Talk to us.
At that time, this was when I was trying to be a neurologist, doctor, and I was in biology.
Okay.
That didn't last long. We'll get to that. It was just, bro, like, it was tough. All the science stuff, like, I didn't like science enough to really sit there and like apply myself, like, to the work.
On top of being a student athlete.
Yes.
So let's talk about that. So you here at Graceland University, you got a biology major, you playing football, scholarship?
Yeah. As much as they can offer me.
They gave you a little money, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
On scholarship in some type of way.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to us about the schedule. Like, is it like what? Because that's really what I want them to hear about. Like the schedule of being a student athlete in college. Like, what was that class schedule like? How'd you study, especially a biology major? Studying had to be crazy, right?
Yeah. So like for us, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, the football team, like, we had weight room. So we had to basically be in the weight room no later than 5, I believe.
You gotta put the AM PM so they know.
So 5 a.m.
5 a.m.
Yes. So Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
So you waking roosters up.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And so we had to be in that weight room at 5 a.m. And if you are late, it's over with. It's over with.
Over with.
So like, you either gonna be sitting there holding a 45 plate, just sitting on the wall squatting. They may have you outside doing push-ups, like all kind of stuff, just for being late. Like it's kind of.
But this Graceland, I didn't even ask that part. Is D1 or what's that?
No, it's NAIA.
NAIA.
And okay, let's swing back just a little bit, right? Okay, look, real quick. So when I get there, the very next day, we go and we do all our football physicals, all that extra stuff, right? We get all the stuff out the way, physicals, health, everything. We getting shoulder pads, helmets, we getting all that stuff. Like within 2 days, we on the field stretching. So this first off the plane, I'm like, we in fall camp, 2 days. So we had 2-a-day practices. So for those who playing high school football, I know they kind of discontinued the little 2-a-days, but like you got to do 2 days in helmet, 2 days in shoulder pads, and then you can go full pads. The way they did it with us, 2-a-day practices. So practice at 8 a.m. That's one practice. You go through that practice. That practice ends around 12. You have mandatory meetings. You have, like, they put a mandatory swim session on there, bro. I'm trying to get sleep. Make sure you go to the pool, get your therapy in. No, bro, I'm going to my dorm room. I'm going to sleep.
That swim therapy be clutch, though.
Because when I tell you my arms was jello, boy. I'm in that pool stretching, doing all this. I'm like, yeah, I don't feel no pain. But as soon as I get out, it's over with.
Done.
But, like, they had this schedule set up to where you literally had no time for yourself. So, like I said.
No time for a peanut butter jelly sandwich?
Nah. Well, they make sure you eat, but, like, nah. All of that was set up in there.
Right.
So, it was practice. It was meetings. If you weren't in your meeting at that time, then you probably was getting, like, you probably were in the pool or weight room, something like that. And then after your meetings, you have to eat. So the cafeteria is open around 6 o'clock. You got to eat. Then if it's not your time, because defense had to eat at a certain time, offense had to eat at a certain time.
Oh, wow.
So while the defense is eating, offense is getting their treatment, getting taped up. Then the offense comes, they eat, defense go get taped up. By that time, an hour done passed, and your practice is starting at 7:30. Second practice. So we in helmets twice. And this is pretty much all conditioning. The next day, it's the same thing, but now we're in helmets and shoulder pads.
Right, because that's your 2 days already.
That's 2 days.
Graceland was smart. They
4
did y'all
practices. So by Wednesday, we full padded. And I was just like, wait, hold on. We didn't have 2 days in helmets? It's not 2 days, sir. It's 2 practices.
2 practices. Y'all grown man now.
Yeah.
Ain't no.
Yeah. I said, oh, this is different. So I'm just like, all right, whatever. Like, I got the mindset, like, all right, it's football at the end of the day. Football is football, wherever you at. We going through it, getting right, going through season and stuff. And it just gets to a point where I'm just like, do I really love this? Because I'm better than most of y'all here. Arizona State, this is like the cocky side a little bit.
Uh-huh,
Arizona State wanted me. They said I was good athletically to go there.
Not academically.
Colorado sent me a letter, so they thought they seen something in me.
Right.
I'm better than y'all. I don't. Why am I here?
Oh, you were smelling yourself, huh?
It was smelling myself, but it was like a moment where I was just like, I was losing the love for the sport, but I was more so disappointed in myself. Like, bro, like, what are you doing? It just, I don't know. It kind of hit deep, you know, talking about it right now. But it was just like one of those moments where I'm just like, I'm not supposed to be here.
Right.
And then I can't be mad at nobody but myself just because academically I allow myself to slip.
That's an interesting mentality right there, brother.
So, like I said, okay, that kind of started trickling in my head, and the cockiness was showing. I'm at practice. I'm doing what I'm doing, and I'm just like, bro, I ain't supposed to be here. And having that negative like thought process led to me, I feel like, losing the love for the sport. So I ended up going through like that whole season, but as far as like the class schedule, I'm gonna swing back to that. So Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we're waking up at 5:30. We're waking up to be in the weight room by 5:30.
So I mean, you waking up at like 4 something.
Yeah. Good thing staying on campus, like our dorms was like, it was just a straight shot. Like it wasn't far at all. So you could probably sleep to like, I would wake up at like 4:45.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's cutting it, bruh.
It is, but all I had to do was literally put on my little Spirit pack. I already had it out. Go brush my teeth, wash my face, put my shoes on, walk down there. I'm down there by like 5:15.
Oh man.
Yeah. It was quick. It was a quick walk.
For all that, my little routine. I'd be like, Speight!
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Because you couldn't get there at 5:30.
I got to get my front right.
Nah, you couldn't get there at 5:30. So I'm there by like 5:15. We work out. We probably, so by 5:30 to maybe about 6:30, 6:45, we get that last break in. Now I got to go back to the dorm room and shower because I got an 8 a.m. as a freshman.
The class.
8 a.m. class.
8 a.m. class.
As a freshman.
After you just worked, no breakfast?
Nope. Don't got time.
Nah, you bugging, B.
Don't have time.
Don't have time.
And then guess what class?
Some biology, something, because you said you was a biology major.
I got to go from football practice, from weightlifting, 8 a.m. to sit in a biology class talking about anatomy and all kind of stuff. And I'm just sitting there like, this ain't it, boy.
You already been up for like almost 3.5 hours.
Yep. And that class is 50 minutes. 8 a.m. class, 8:50. And I got 2 more after that.
2 more after that.
2 more classes after that. Then I got to eat. And then I have to start doing the therapy and all, getting the training so that I can be at practice at 5:30 p.m.
And then, okay, so that's 4 classes. So
3 classes.
So it's practice, 3 classes.
Yep.
A little something to eat.
Yep.
And back to practice.
Yep.
Back to therapy to get to practice.
Exactly.
And practice at 5 something.
Yes,
5:30 p.m.
5:30, and then we would get out around 8.
Around 8 p.m.
Yep.
Study hall? What's up with that?
Study hall was only on Wednesdays for the football team. Mandatory study hall was on Wednesdays, and that was, I believe it started at like, because we used to be in the library late. It was like the basement of the library. Around 8:30, and we'd be in there till maybe like 10, 11, something like that.
And it was only mandatory Wednesday.
Only mandatory Wednesdays.
So you got like, I mean, if you done by like 8, you got like a few hours to yourself.
Yeah, but a lot of
It
times,
ain't a lot though.
we finesse the study hall. They had to sign in shit. We go sign in, and we about it there. Like, so
Don't finesse the study
don't
hall.
don't finesse the study hall,
Don't
y'all.
finesse the study hall.
Don't finesse the study hall. But I mean, like, outside of that aspect, my grades they were up to par. I did not pass the biology class. I withdrew from it. I withdrew.
W.
Yes, W. So
W.
I didn't fail.
Who withdrew?
Yeah, I withdrew.
Hey, they not taking those, but
Okay. Hey, they don't know what happened. Something could have happened with my family. Something. I just didn't finish.
He said, I'm out of this one.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's an intense schedule. That's an interesting schedule.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to kind of go back to that mindset you said you had, where it was like, you didn't really say it was a cocky one, but it was a very interesting mindset. Do you think that mindset played a big role and why you decided to leave, and then let's talk about that right there. Like, how come you had to get up out of there?
Yeah, so absolutely. It played a huge role just because, like, for one, I said like I felt like I was too good to be there, and then overall, like the biggest thing was just where I was. It was an hour to get to Walmart.
An hour to get to Walmart.
Like, and down the street we had a Dollar General, and we had a Pizza Hut, Subway, and some little grocery store. Like, it's a Midwest grocery store called Hy-Vee, and it was like, but small though. Like, and that was maybe about, that was just up the block from the school. But we had to drive an hour. We had to drive into Missouri to get to Walmart. If we wanted to go to the mall, we
Missouri?
Had to, yes, Missouri.
That's St. Louis, Missouri? Wow, okay.
We wanted to go to the mall, we had to drive to Des Moines, which was an hour 30 minutes away.
Yikes.
Capital. And it just was not good. Like, it was too much going on. It was just like, I'm in the middle of nowhere, and I'm from the city. So
City
like,
boy in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
So that atmosphere was not it.
It was not it at all. And my homeboy, the goofy one I was telling you about, his name, he did not come back after Christmas break. He was done. Like, he moved from Palmdale to Vegas, and he went to a junior college out there, play football, stuff like that. He didn't come back. Me and my other homeboy, we trooped it out. And like, cause I told my mama, like, all right, I gotta finish out the year. Like, she told me at least finish out the year.
Finish out. Okay, wait. I forgot to ask you this real quick before you keep going. What was your record football season?
So that was the first season where it was like a winning season in a long time. Okay. And it was like 6-5.
Cause that was about to be my next question. Like, was losing the reason too? Yeah. But y'all had a good record, so it was really the environment.
Yeah, nah, it definitely wasn't losing. But then it was weird because they had a JV team too, bro. Like, yes, that's what I'm saying, bro.
A JV college team?
Yes, it was a JV team, and it was a varsity team.
So
Graceland is known for Bruce Jenner, bro. He was a good track athlete.
I cannot say nothing about that.
He was a good track athlete.
You're an idiot, bro. Oh, man, I was about to say something.
Yeah. Oh, gosh.
So, y'all, okay, yeah, keep going. So
winning record. Yeah, it was a winning record. It was good, you know, but ultimately, like, just the environment, everything being there, that was their first year where they were trying to, like, get more, like, cultural. So they wanted more black people.
Okay. Okay. But so you said you came back after Christmas break. Your boy did, though.
Yeah, one of my boys, he did.
Your boy got on. And you came back after Christmas break. Did you compete in track and field?
No.
No?
I didn't do track there because it was one of those things where I was like, all right, like, I went and talked to the football coaches, and I told them, because spring football was getting ready to start, and I told them, like, I put it off for a minute. Like, my other homeboy went to go tell him first. He told the receiver coach, like I'm not coming back. And my homeboy was cold at receiver, and the receiver coach was like on him tough, like, bro, why? What can we do to get you back? Blah blah. He's just like, nah, I ain't coming back, bro. Like, I don't want to be here. And I went, told the coach, I lied. I was like, yeah, I'm going to Long Beach State. Like, I'm transferring. I don't have no plan. I just need to say something. Like,
he just wasn't making it sound good.
Yeah, like I already have my plans. He's like, do they even have a football team? Are you going to be playing football?
They
don't. Because his thing was, when you transferring or when you leaving, the coach has to clear you to do another sport, you know? So he's like, are you playing any sports? Are you doing this? I'm like, nah, man, I'm just going to school. Like, I'm going back home. That made me feel good. I'm like, okay, that lie was good. Don't lie, kids.
That probably messed you up, though, because when you went to the fam, didn't you?
We're going to get into that.
Yeah, because I was going to say, because I had to go through something just like that.
We're going to get into that. So, like, I went in, I talked to him, and we was just regular students. And that semester was pretty cool. Like, we was just chilling, just getting through school. That was just our main goal. Went to parties, kind of just lived a regular college life. But it still was just like, all right, this school is weak. Like, it's not it. So we ended up, we left in the summertime. Like, school was done. We left, and as soon as we get back home, we start hitting the Fisk again.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, we trying to, like, My other homeboys, they
He was
there.
like, hey, big head.
Yeah, like my other homeboys, they there. We just like, all right, it's an HBCU.
Right.
At this time, like this was the only HBCU I know about.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, my homeboy, he ended up getting in like quick, like in
The
two,
receiver.
Yeah,
Okay.
he got in quick, like 2 weeks from us getting home from Graceland.
Oh, wow.
Yes, transferred in quick because we both was looking at UNLV, University of Las Vegas, and we both got denied for them. So he was just like, all right, I'm gonna see what Fisk talking about. He got in quick. I'm hitting up Fisk. They still ain't messing with me. I'm just like, what is going on? Like, they just like, I don't know. I can't even explain it, bro. I don't know. I just was getting denied. So I'm just like, all right, God.
They wasn't feeling you. It's cool.
Yeah. And I'm just like, ultimately, like, that's not where you wanted me to be.
Right.
And so my other homeboy, he ended up going. He left the Fisk. This is the summertime. So now I'm back home. I had intentions of going back to Graceland, though. I ain't gonna lie, because I was just like, all right, when I came home, it's nothing to do. But they wanted my mom to take out a Parent Plus loan. I wasn't playing football no more, so they said they didn't pull that money, but they pulled that money. But my mom was like, I'm not taking out a Parent Plus loan. And she felt bad. She was hurt because I was kind of hurt. My thing was I was just like, all right, I'm going to at least finish school, though. Like, I made this promise to myself. I'm going to finish school. And once, like, I knew I couldn't go back, bro, I broke down in tears. Like, I ain't going to lie.
Oh.
I broke down in tears. I was just like, well.
Big old teddy bear crying.
Yeah, man, because at the end of the day, like for those out there, even though a situation may not be what you want to be in, though, I was just still thinking, like big picture. Like, I still want to get my degree. And I was back home. We had moved from Palmdale. My mom moved from Palmdale by this time. So I'm living with my dad, sleeping on his couch. Like, I ain't really got nowhere to go. Like, I'm on the couch, you know?
Like that, what's that Everest commercial?
Yeah,
you sitting
man.
on the couch?
I was sleeping on the couch, bro. I was like a loser. Like, man, I was kind of going through, well, I ain't gonna say kinda. I was going through depression. Once I figured out I wasn't gonna be able to go back to Graceland, I was going through depression.
Jeez, that's big to say right now.
It just was like a bad situation for me. And only thing in my head was just like, I don't want to be a product of my community. I just kept telling myself that. I don't want to be a product of my community.
I understand that a whole lot.
My sister had this job, and she ended up like helping me get hired through this temp agency. So now I'm home, I'm working. My mom will always come in my ear like, don't get comfortable with that money. Don't get too comfortable.
Isn't that a weird? I'm sorry, but isn't that a weird thing to hear?
Yes.
Like, what you got to be like, what, 18,
I'm like
19
I'm
right now?
I'm 18, probably just turned 19.
And you making money, and somebody say you don't get comfortable in the money? What?
At the temp agency where I'm making like $800 a week.
What? And I'm 18. I ain't got no bills. Nope. You wild. I'm finna dive in this
car. I got a car. I'm back home. I'm making bread. Yeah. The homies is home. They done moved from Palmdale to LA. Like,
yeah, it's a wrap.
I'm outside, and when I tell you, I was like, I ain't gonna say I was losing myself, but when I think about it now, I wasn't focused. School was not on my mind. I was going out clubbing, going out to Hollywood, chilling with my homeboys. We just outside, bro. We outside. I'm getting money. We going to Roscoe's. Roscoe's only took one card. I got it. I'm about to get paid again on Friday. $200 bill and stuff. Like,
Dang, I should have been kicking it with you.
Yeah, bro. I was just like,
let me get the extra chicken waffles.
I was just blinded. Now that I sit and think about it, I was just blinded and kind of like trying to like that job and I was just really trying to numb everything that I really was feeling. Like, I used to go to the park, Alondra Park over there in Torrance, and I used to just park in the parking lot and just like sit there, listen to music, be crying, bro.
Yeah.
Cause I'm like, what are you doing?
Emotional.
Yeah, bro. Like, before I got to drive back to my dad's house, sleep on the couch, and it's just like, thank God I did have somewhere to go and sleep and stuff. Right. Cause I would have made the situation worse.
Couch to lay your head, bro. I feel that, man.
But it was just not where I wanted to be at that time.
Man, so that's you in two different places, and you was not where you wanted to be. So, how you get the FAMU?
Here we go. So like. As I'm going through all of this, right, I'm in my Bible like crazy.
The Bible, huh?
I'm in my Bible crazy. Like that's one thing I failed to mention. God, I apologize.
What?
Like throughout this whole process, even before going to Graceland and stuff, like I'm battling with God. Like I'm getting scripture. I'm just like, what do you need me to do? What am I doing? You know, and like I said, through that whole process of going through depression, I'm just like, why can't I get into Fisk? Why can't I get into this school? Like, what do you want from me? Like, and I'm just at that situation where I'm just like, there's dudes who like that I went and played football with that don't deserve to be where they at or this and that. Like, I'm getting bitter, bro, and I'm just at the point where I'm just like, dang, this dude over here messing off his blessing with being in school, and you got somebody that want to go to school. Like, what's going on, you know?
What's going on here?
And
ain't adding up.
I failed to mention, too, I tried to transfer into FAM while I was at Graceland as well, because my wife was going there. She got recruited straight out of high school to go there.
Shout out, wifey.
Right. I tried to transfer into FAM and got denied while I was at Graceland.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where it gets deeper. I'm so sorry.
The story thickens.
Yes.
So you could have been there, but
I could have been there second semester. Yes.
FAMU was messing with you.
And I'm talking to her athletic counselors. He's looking at my transcripts, and he's just like, I mean, you could try to apply, but I don't think you're going to be able to get in because you only got a semester's worth of credits, you know?
You need like 20.
I needed at least a year. So I get denied, and like I said, I got denied by UNLV as well. So in this summer, I'm just like, I don't know what I'm finna do. I don't know what's about to happen. And I'm just working. That's all I'm doing. I'm working until like January. My mama called me. No, February. I'm sorry. She calls me. You know this part of the story. But I
was gonna correct you. Yeah. I want you to tell the story.
She knows this. She calls me, and she's just. I'm at work, by the way. We ain't supposed to be on the phone, none of that. And I'm just like you know, another day at work, working for this company. I ain't gonna say the name because I don't know how they doing. Like, I was just advertising. I ain't doing all that. They ain't cutting no check. They ain't cutting NCRF no checks.
They cut you up.
So like, anyway, I'm working for this company, and yeah, I'm just like going day to day. My mom called me and was just like, "Hey, what you doing?" I'm like, "I'm at work." She's like, "Hey, I just heard on the radio that the Black College Expo is coming back to town. Like, didn't we go there our senior year when you was a senior?" I was like, "Yeah, we went there." And she's just like, "Yeah, they coming back to town. I think you should go." And I'm just like, "Nah, ain't no colleges. Ain't no colleges messing with me. Like, I done been denied by 4 different schools in 1 year. Like, ain't no colleges messing with me. Jeez. I'm just pushing it off. Like, I don't know. I was like, I'm making little excuses. I don't even know if I could go. I already did a year in school. Like, I think it's just for high schoolers.
That doesn't matter, though. At the Black College
It does
Expo,
not.
I will let y'all know that. That does not matter.
It does not. So I'm just like, I don't know if I can go. And she's just like, well, I'm going on my Super Bowl cruise this weekend. So, like, I really want you to take advantage of this opportunity. Like, I hear it in her voice. Like, I can't go with you. So you got to be a big boy. And you got to go. Like, mom just kind of being a mom.
Shit, that was one of those, I hope you do this.
Yes.
I'm not going to be there to hold your hand.
Yes.
But I hope you do this, boy. Please, please.
She was begging without begging. She
you
was
had to
begging
grow up
begging.
right there, boy.
I did. And I was just, like, brushing her off. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm going to call my coach and see if I can still go, because he's the one told us about it when we were in high school. And I'm just brushing her off. I get off the phone. I go back to work. We go on break. I'm thinking about it. We go back. I call my coach. Let me see what's up, man. I'm like, "Coach," he's like, "What's up, man?" I'm like, "I'm glad you asked her." Like, "Hey, even though I did a year in school already, am I still able to go to the Black College Expo?" He was like, "Yeah, just take your unofficial transcripts down there." He was just like, take your unofficial transcripts, make sure you go presentable, and just go and apply and just see what happens. He was like, "You got a year, so I don't see why not." And I'm just like, all right. So I didn't, at this time, that car that I did have had broke down on me. So I'm carless at this point in my life.
Yikes.
I was up high and yeah. So that added. Okay. There you go. That added on to some of the extra stress and a little depression I was going through.
Right.
No car at this time. So I hit one of my closest homeboys up. We still cool to this day. And I'm just like, "Hey, bro, hey, the Black College Expo coming to town. Remember when I went there in high school? He was like, yeah. I was like, bro, like come with me. Like you should go. Like it was one of our dreams. Like we should go to school together. But he been made up his mind. He's not going to school, which I respect. Like you know, it's for some people. It's not for others. So he was just like, I'll go with you, and I'm like, all right,
homies is homies.
Yeah, homies is homies for real. So we pulled up, go to the LA Convention Center. Before that, I had went to Burlington, you know, got me a little outfit, some slacks, a dress shirt, bow tie. I was like, bro, I'm going prepared this time. Like,
put your Dougie on. Huh?
Yeah, man. Because in high school, I was finna go up there in this little plaid polo shirt, and I had some cargos on with some chucks, and my mom was like, change. What are you doing? My mom was like, go put some jeans on. Take those chucks off. Go put them Nikes on, you know. And when I had got there, too, in high school, I was like, Mom, I'm glad you told me to change, because I seen kids in suits. Like, I'm like, oh, snap.
They do that, too. Yeah, they be pulling up, bro.
Like, kids that I went to junior high school with before moving to Palmdale, I seen them there, and they in suits. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Mama, thank you. She's
put
like,
it
yeah.
On. Put it on.
Mama knows best. Like,
Mama knows, child. Mama knows.
So I go there. I remember that. You know, I take note of that. I go there, the bow tie, dress shirt, everything.
The bow tie is
I'm turned up. You know, I'm going in there. I printed out transcripts, all that stuff. And I just start applying to all these different schools. I go in there. First school I hit up. I didn't even look Fisk way. I'm like, y'all, I'm done with y'all, bro. Like, it's raps.
Talking to you,
y'all fumbled me. Y'all fumbled
lost
me.
One.
Yeah, so I hit up Grambling, Jackson State, Tuskegee, like all these big names that I already knew about. And then, of course, I go over to FAMU, swing there, and I'm just like, all right, like I'm feeling good about it. The recruiter, he was looking at my transcript, was like, oh yeah, this nice, blah blah. I'm like throwing in there, yeah, my girl, she plays basketball. I'm buttering them up.
Right.
My girl already there. She played basketball. Like you know number 41, Shalonda Bernie Robinson. Yeah, we know her.
Okay.
Yeah, she's like the face of our program. Yeah, I know.
The face.
Yeah, I know.
She didn't say that when she was here.
She's humble. She's
humble. She did not want to mention she was the face. We interviewed her too. Okay.
She's humble, but they, you know, the alumni, you know, they know who they know. Like, so they like, yeah, they own it. I'm like, okay. Like, I made sure I buttered them up for real. I'm like, I need y'all. Like, come on, one of y'all got to come through. So like, at this expo, like Black College Expo, I went to like all the tables. Like I wasn't playing. I was just like, I'm going to school.
I strongly recommend that.
Figuring it out. At this time, I'm still not really knowing what an HBCU is. I just knew that like the Grambling, the Tuskegees, mainly those two, because you just think about the band. I just know like those, and it wasn't really like the term HBCU. I just knew it was a black college. That was my mindset.
Understood.
Like, so I'm like, okay, I want to mess with those for sure.
You know
and Southern. Southern was like, when it came to FAMU, I will get to that. That's coming right up. But like, so I leave the expo feeling good, and I'm just like praying, like, hey, I'm
you didn't
going
get
back to
accepted
work.
on the spot?
No.
What?
Because you gotta think about it too. A lot of those schools.
Oh, because you was already.
I was transferring.
Okay.
But then it was like.
But normally, seniors, you can get accepted on the spot at the Black College Expo.
They had to take a little deeper look for me, just because I was a transfer and stuff. But I ended up leaving, and I felt good about it, you know. And I went back to my daily life, work, all this type of stuff. And wifey tore her ACL.
The first time.
Basketball. The first time,
okay.
yes. She tore her ACL. So she gets her surgery and stuff. I couldn't go out there for her surgery, but I went like a month after. So I flew out there, $800 a week. At this time, it's probably a little bit more than $800 a week.
Right.
Overtime, so I got it.
Finna catch a flight.
Flew out there.
Just go to Tallahassee real quick.
Yeah, never been. And it was their spring break. That's how I coordinated. Okay. It was their spring break. So
and you went on spring break?
Yeah. But nah, the campus was dead though. The campus was dead because they went to Miami or something, you know. So she was crippled. So she couldn't do anything. So I went there, stayed in her dorm room or whatever, like these little apartments that they were in. And while we were there, you know, it was a good time. I'm looking at the school. First thing we do, like the first night, we walk by. I'm like, well, let me see the football field. Like, go by the football field. I'm looking. I'm like, okay,
I can play here.
That's my mindset. As we're leaving, one of the coaches, he's walking out of the team room or whatever, the field house, and I'm like, "What's up, man? How you doing? My name is Korteece Baker. Nice to meet you." He's like, and then she knew him, the coach already.
Right.
I don't know his name, but she was like, "Coach, this is my boyfriend, blah blah, this and that. Like, he played football. You know, she doing the talking for me." I'm like, "That's like this is why we locked in." Like, you know, she didn't give me a chance.
Right.
And he was like, "Yeah, have you applied to school?" I was like, "Yeah, I just applied like a few weeks ago. I'm waiting on my acceptance."
Right.
And he's just like, "Okay, you got any film?" Sent him my film right then and there. He seen my D-tackle stuff. He like, "Oh yeah, we could use you." And I'm like, "Yeah, y'all can, man." Like, come on, like, what we talking about, you know?
He said, "Yeah, y'all can."
So I'm just like, you know, we just talking, we cooling, and we just have a good conversation. We end up exchanging numbers and stuff, walk around the school, all this type of stuff. And remember, the expo was in February. This is now March though, so like, have a good time out there. Fast forward, I end up flying back home at the end of the week. I stay for a week. As soon as I come back home, no, slow your roll, dog. While I'm out there, so I talked to that coach on the first day I got out there. So like that Monday. Thursday is when I'm out there and we in her dorm room, we chilling, we eating. Phone goes off, email, Florida A&M University. And I'm like, oh snap, here we go again. Now I done been denied by 4 schools, all this type of stuff, everything just going bad. And I'm just like, they don't want me. Like, they already denied me once too, so I'm really like nervous about that.
Oh, because they are one of the 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm just like, oh, like I'm out here. Y'all gonna deny me while I'm out here? And
in my face.
Yes. And that email came in like after hours, bro. It was like 8:00. I'm like, who's in admissions right now pushing these acceptances?
Like,
through?
we just gonna tell him no again.
Yeah. Like, I'm like, who's working right now? What? So that's how I really knew, like, oh yeah, I'm getting denied. Like, they sent that after hours. Like,
who's working right now?
So like, I'm scared to open the email. I'm scared to open it. I'm just like, I'm out here enjoying myself. I'm not trying to really deal with nothing right now. And wifey like, open the email before I open it. I'm just like, all right.
Aggressive.
Yeah. And she's just like, have some faith. I'm like, man, my faith is here, but it show's been tested, man. So like, I open that email and I get to reading it, and it's just like, we would like to thank Korteece Baker for applying, and we would like to let you know, congratulations, you have been accepted to Florida A&M University. I was
big boy start crying again, huh?
Jesus. I didn't cry that time. I didn't cry that time. I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't cry. I don't think I did. I may have.
That had to be a lot of emotions, bro. To be denied by like 4 schools, and one of the schools that denied you applied to again, and then for them to say, yeah, after hours? Bro, you shed a tear, B.
I think I probably did. I ain't gonna lie. It wasn't like a real cry though. I think it was probably
like the ugly one. Like,
yeah, it wasn't ugly one. It was like real excitement. Wifey for sure cried, like, cause I just gave her a big hug.
She was happy.
Yeah, I called my mama. Like, mama, guess what?
On the cruise. Oh no, she not on the cruise.
No, she not. Yeah, she done. She like, what? I'm like, I got accepted into FAMU. She was like, wait, ain't you there right now? I was like, yeah. She starts boo-hooing. Mama's always gonna cry. She started crying.
Aww.
And I had told her that I talked to the football coach. She was like, you think that football coach has something to do with it? I'm like, nah. Cause he asked me like, did I apply already? He ain't pushing that through. He would have reached out to me and everything before that. So I'm like, nah, this from the expo. Like, I applied there at the expo. And she was just like, oh,
shout out to the Black College Expo.
There you go. Shout out to Black College Expo. Y'all changed my life and changing so many others. So like, I ended up, like I said, I got accepted. I ended up leaving later on that week. But when I get home, my dad, like, my bed was the couch, so all my mail on the couch.
On the couch.
And there's these big old little packages, and I'm like, dang, what's this? Grambling, Southern, Jackson State, Tuskegee. I'm opening them up. Like, I got acceptance letters from all the schools that I applied to that day.
At the expo.
At the Black College Expo.
I want you to say that a little slower and clearer.
All the schools that I applied to at the Black College Expo around that time, it was like January 21st, 2000 and 2015. Graduated in 14. Did a whole year. I'm lying. 2016.
That was probably there at that
Yeah.
expo.
Yep. So 2016, all the schools that I applied to, I got accepted into that day. So Jackson, Southern, Tuskegee, Grambling, FAMU, and
You said Southern.
I said Southern. I didn't care about like all the other ones, the PWIs and stuff. I got accepted into a few of those too, but I didn't care about them, so we don't count those. But all the HBCUs that I applied to, I got accepted into.
Shout out to the expo.
Shout out to the expo.
All right, so we here.
Yes.
We at FAMU.
Yep.
We done made it. It was a roll. It was a journey. It was a journey. It wasn't that straight line that we are. I would say as a young student athlete in high school, you can kind of get that vision or idea, or if everybody talks to you, it makes it seem like it's bread and butter. You play well, they'll recruit you, and you'll just go to college. But it's not that straight line. It was a bumpy road, but you made it there.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I want you to we're not gonna end the conversation, but I really want you to like, what'd you learn out of that? Like how did that help you moving forward as you got to FAMU? Because you was denied a lot, you went through a lot, you was in 2 different places, and neither one of those places was where you felt like you needed to be.
Right.
So where were your emotions at this point?
So like I was super duper, like, for one, I was excited, but I was determined, like, I'm getting a second chance.
Mm-hmm.
That was my mindset. This is a second chance, bro. You better not blow it. You can't blow it.
Yeah.
Like, your life is depending on this one right now. So, like, my faith was through the roof. Faith was through the roof.
Right.
Because it was some more trials and tribulations at FAM that I had to go through. But
it's
faith,
crazy how people get tested, then all of a sudden they got the utmost faith. Like.
Yeah, nah, for real though. My faith, because man, I tell you, like, I was just going through spiritual battles throughout that whole time. So my faith was through the roof. I was just like God got me. Like he done put me through this stuff. He done tested me, and I done came through. I passed with flying colors, like, you know. So I'm at FAM, and I'm just like, every time I'm getting an assignment, like, I'm going to class, bro. I'm getting an assignment, like, I'm on it right after class. Like, I'm doing all my work. But I was like, took an intro to psychology class, and it was like online. Bro, I was already in like chapter 3, like the second week of school. Like,
the homie was doing his
on
work.
it, bro. I'm on it.
How long that last? I know that lasts the rest of your school.
No, for real. It lasts up to my senior year, bro.
What? So
senior writers kicked in.
So do you think it lasts like he said senior writers kicked
yes.
in?
Yes.
Do you think it lasted like that because of what you went through before you got the family, like the Graceland, the leaving, the working, all that stuff? Yep. So once you got that chance at family, you feel like that was your motivation?
That was definitely my motivation, and then it was also a thing where, like, my wife is here. I can't make her look bad. I can't embarrass her. So that was extra motivation. Where
she the face.
Yeah, exactly.
She the face. So.
People knew me before I even got there. Oh, that's KT. Oh, I know you. Like, you know, like, huh? What you mean? Like, yeah, wife, you been talking about you. Like, that's counselors.
Good. That's good.
Everybody, like, you know. So, as I'm there, I'm just like, all right, the student stuff is cool, but I had like a theater class, and one of my cool homeboys to this day, he was a thrower. He had like Florida A&M track and field, you know, little dry fit on. I'm like, hey bro, like, you on the track team? Like, how can I you know, be a part of the track team? He was just like kind of brushed me off a little bit. Like, that's the homie, so I always used to mess with him. Like, hey bro, you brushed me off that first day. He was like, bro, cause you know how I am. I don't like talking to people. I'm like, I know. Like, you get a pass now. That's my bro though. But he didn't really give me no info. He was just like, man, I got a scholarship here. I'm just like, all right, bro. So, like, I was in the office with my wife and her coach, and I was telling her, like, cause football didn't fall through because that set of coaching staff, they got fired. So, and then they was just like, yeah, they got fired, and that they wanted to move me to like right tackle and stuff as well, and I was just like, I never played that, bro. Like, I don't feel comfortable coming to college playing that.
Understood.
And long story short, like I said, they got fired, so that was out the window. So the new coach that came in, he didn't want any walk-ons. He was just recruiting. He came at the time where he could recruit and rebuild. So,
so why not?
Yeah, exactly. So I didn't end up playing football, but I was like, I can't be a regular athlete. I can't be a regular student. I have to be an athlete. I have to do something.
Right.
Track's my second best sport. Why not do track? That's what I was gonna go to FIS for. So I'm in my wife's coach's office, and we're all in there. She already knows about me. She knows everything about me, everything. And she's just like, yeah, the track coach, like that's my homegirl. Like they merged the team, so it's just one whole team this year. Like you wanna do track? Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely.
She calls her up, Coach. I got an athlete. One of my athlete's husband. He just transferred in. He wants to do track. She's like, oh yeah. Oh, we having a walk-on period next week. Tell him to come to Gaither Hall, room 220. I forgot the room number, but I'm like, man, you know where that's at? She's like, I'll tell you.
You got some FAMU alumni that's probably checking you right now. It's room.
I think it was Gaither A220, something like that. I don't know.
They really finna get you.
They know what Gaither Hall is, though. They know them counselors and them coaches' offices up there.
I'm messing with you, bro. So keep going.
So like we get up. I'm like, man, you know where that room is? She's like, yeah. We go there. I meet the coach. We chop it up. She's like, yeah, you a thrower? I'm like, yeah, I'm a thrower. She's like, okay. You need to go get your physical. You need to do this, do that. And the way it was crazy because like the way everything was, they had to basically say, yes, you have to try out. You got to go through this walk-on trial. It was like 2 weeks. But they was acting like I was already on the team.
Mm.
So in my head, I'm like, I don't want to get too cocky or get ahead of myself. Like yeah, I made it. But it was like, dang, y'all asking for physicals. Y'all asking for all this stuff. Like, y'all don't even know if I'm on the team yet. So I get everything. I'm going through this trial period, and I ain't played sports in like a year and a half.
Wow.
So first week, they got us. The throwing coach got us going like he had the hurdles on the lowest level, and we literally had to like
open
squat.
the hips up.
Yeah, and we had to go under and up.